So this is my second video. So I thought, what if a coach would just teach me and I'll just ask him questions that were never been asked on YouTube. So I did. Enjoy the video. Also, there's also gonna be another video. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. So I just started my recording and for my time it's like 9:55 because
hmm
I was preparing this recording. So I'm gonna ask. So I have a list of questions here. But okay, these questions it just came up in my head, and they might be like one of the
hmm
questions that people have asked themselves when starting to fight players. Like for example, what's the best thing? What's the best thing for that? So for my first question is, what do you think? Is the best FOV for new PvPers.
For new PvPers,
Yeah,
I
yes.
mean, I think for every PvPer, like no matter how new you are, I think you should tend towards high FOV rather than low FOV. But when you're on super high FOV, like I play on Quake Pro or whatever,
Yep.
um, I think it's a bad idea to have your FOV effects all the way up because
Oh yeah, yeah,
effects with like speed 2 and sprinting just like make your screen look all wobbly and wonky.
yeah. That's
So
true.
if you are using like FOV effects, then I think you should keep it around like 95. But if you have them off like me, I feel like you can go higher than that.
Okay. Okay. So all right. For the next question, it might be a little. These questions might be a little weird because
hmm
there are some people who use GUI scale 2, GUI scale for crazy people. I guess they use GUI
hmm
scale 1. But are
Yeah.
GUI scales necessary for PvP?
It depends on the type of PvP you play. Like if you're playing sword, for example, you don't need to like see really anything, and you don't need to refill like from your inventory. But when you're playing something like top PvP, where like
Hmm.
refilling is really important, having a GUI skill that's too small might make it harder to refill your pots or
Ah.
like refill your totems or whatever. So I play on GUI skill 3. I used to play on 2, but playing more like diamond pot made me bump it up so it was easier to click on the pots in my inventory.
Ah, okay. So, okay, this next GUI scale, I had to make it on optional if GUI scales are needed. And since you said it depends on what game mode, I can officially ask this question. So, this
hmm
question is, what do you think is the best GUI scale for PvP?
I mean, it's pretty much preference. I don't think you want it too small to where you can't really see or aim on things in your inventory, and you don't want it too
Hmm.
big to where it's like covering up your screen or your chat's getting in the way or it's just like obstructing your view. Like I think like one of the reasons why I think having high FOV is better is because it just gives you more vision and you can see more of what's going on. And I think the same thing with GUI skill. So I think it's just like you want to find a happy medium.
Happy medium. Okay. So, okay, preference. All right. So, okay, for the last PvP question, but there's two more bonus questions
hmm
over here. What is
Yeah.
okay, I've seen pretty much your friend Sharpness videos, and I've seen a lot of tactics on how to get the best aim. But I feel
hmm
there's still something missing on getting the best aim. So what do you think is the best effective way to get the best aim for new PvPers or for people who think their aim is a bit wacky?
Yeah, the number one mistake I see when coaching aim, and people don't really talk about this in videos or anything, But Minecraft is a unique game when it comes to aim because the targets are so close and so fast, um, and moving around so much that it's not like Valorant where you're like clicking on people's heads from like a
Yeah.
long distance, but it's more focused on movement of the other player and also your own movement. So I think something that's missing from a lot of players' game and like how they aim is the movement aspect of it. Like for example, if you're trying to keep your crosshair on a target and you're moving left and right, you have to aim your mouse opposite to where you're moving. So like if
Yeah.
you're moving to the right, you're aiming your mouse left to keep track of the target. And it's the same thing when you're moving left, you're turning your mouse right. Um, I feel like people don't really think about that all that much, and I see a lot of players who will look to the right and also aim right, and then what happens is they walk into the other player's range while they're not even looking at them yet, rather than strafing the opposite way and keeping their spacing better, and keeping better vision. And then I also see people who don't strafe at all, and they're just kind of like chasing the opponent with their mouse, rather than using their movement to make it a little bit less hard to think about. So
Okay.
I'd say like movement and strafing is really important in Minecraft when it comes to aim.
Okay. All right. Thank you for answering the PvP questions. So these bonus questions, this first question for the bonuses,
Mm-hmm.
it's about your like coaching career. Like it says here, who do you think is the best student you've ever taught PvP to?
Hmm. Okay, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people I don't remember the name of.
Oh.
Um, actually, one name I know you'll recognize. So I used to teach a lot of people before I started like my Fiverr or whatever and had people pay for coaching. I would
Oh.
just coach random people or like give out tips because I found it fun to teach the game. But back in like 2021 or 2022, I don't remember. A few years back on MC PvP Club, when
Oh.
that server
Okay.
was still kind of new, um, I was fighting Marlowe in
Oh,
Sword
Marlo.
PvP and other game modes. Yeah, and she was like a demon back then in Crystal.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, I know. Like it was crazy
still
that
still
she would
is.
make tactics.
Yeah, she was kind of ahead of her time.
Yeah.
She still is a demon, but back then she wasn't nearly as good as Sword. So at that point, I did give her some tips. I wouldn't say I full on coached her, but that's definitely the best player I've ever like helped. She's definitely better than me now at this point.
Oh man. Okay.
She grinds harder than anyone. But I've had some other pretty good players, but not really on that level.
Okay. So okay, last question before we start the coaching session. Probably after this coaching session, and then after a few days after this, do you think I will be good or even better at PvP?
I think you'll definitely be better than when you start. I
Uh,
don't think I've had anyone where I'm pretty confident in saying that everyone I've coached I've definitely seen improvement, whether it's a little or a lot. I mean, the last person I coached seemed to improve like a ton just in the time I taught him.
oh
That's probably
really?
that's probably one of the things I like the most about coaching is just kind of seeing the improvement in real time and having things click for other people.
Okay, I have no idea on how we can end this like questions because like it's my first time interviewing someone or asking questions to like a Minecraft YouTuber. Like I'm still stressed out because like you're one of
Yeah, don't
the.
worry about it, man. You're
Okay.
great.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
Um.
wanna you wanna get to the coaching then?
Yep.
So if you don't mind me asking, like what country specifically are you in? Like
Philippines.
in the Philippines? I was literally about to guess the question. What servers do you usually play on nowadays?
If I like want to play like if I want to play on like my Asian server, I would like go to CubeCraft and like
Craft has
since
an Asian proxy.
yeah CubeCraft. It's like an Asian proxy right now.
Oh, let's just go on CubeCraft then. Let's come over here in this flat area.
Hold on, let me go turn on full bright.
I mean, either run out of combos or jump reset. Yeah,
Also,
no, that's a good way to start.
thanks to your keybind guide on like your YouTube, I should probably like link it to, to the description when I like post this YouTube video. Like it's really helpful. Like I got my own stuff.
Yeah, it
If I
spawned up here. Look up.
think,
There we
hold
go.
on, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I can't. I'm so used to trying to combo people. Oh, I feel like seen this PP tactic, or just like, oh man, oh shoot.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh.
god, so close! I
So
was gonna like add a timestamp if I actually kill you.
yeah, so one thing I actually want to talk about, since most of the servers you play on, there's going to be a big ping difference since you're
Yeah.
like coming from the Philippines. Understanding ping is really important. Um, so I kind of want to talk with you, or explain this to you, why reach high ping gives you more reach in some situations and less
Oh
in
really?
others. Yeah. So the reason here, actually, I just want you to stand still and I want you to spam click me.
Okay.
Like spam click at me. And I want you to see if you can hit me.
Just stay
So
still
just
and
keep
then
spam
just
clicking. Yeah. You see that?
yeah.
Yeah, so I want to show you what that looks like on my screen. All right. So I'm screen sharing my game or my recording, I guess. So this is a clip of what I just did. So you see how close you are,
Yeah.
or like that's how close you are on my screen. So on my screen you're
Oh.
closer than 3 blocks, and I'm still able to hit you. I'm even so like even that reach, like you, even that last hit, you see how close I am here,
Yeah.
and you're still not able to hit me.
Oh.
So the reason why that happens is because on your screen, you see your own version of me that is delayed. It's trailing behind me. It's trailing behind where I actually am. So if you
Oh.
go back to your game,
Okay.
um, so like the Theobald that you see on your screen, it's behind where I am on my screen. And when I hit someone, the game only cares about what I see on my screen. That's one of the reasons why it's so easy to cheat in Minecraft, is because if you tell
Oh.
the server that you hit someone, the server just goes, okay, you hit that guy. Even if on their screen it looks like it's from farther.
Oh. So that's why.
So
So that's why it's. So it's better to have a high ping than low ping.
no.
No.
So um the reason why I'm closer to you on my screen is because I'm moving towards you. So the Theobald that you
Oh.
see is trailing behind me. So that means when I move towards you, the target that you're aiming at is farther away than it is on
Oh.
my screen. But when I'm moving backwards, um, it's actually closer to you, and you can hit me farther on my screen that way. So like if I stand still and spam click, like I want you to run up and sprint hit me. Like you on my screen, you're like 5 blocks away too.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like let me show you again like my screen share. But you see that? You're hitting me from all the
Whoa!
way out
Oh
here.
my gosh! So that's why when I like join high ping servers, they just call me that I'm cheating.
Yeah, exactly. Um but yeah, it all comes down to who's moving forward faster.
Oh.
The more forward momentum that you have towards the other guy, the more it's going to look like on their screen that you're reaching.
Hmm. Okay.
So So that's why comboing works, is because you're moving forward and the person you're comboing is moving backwards. So you're gonna have more reach.
Okay.
So